So hey guys, we are back with another video, and in this particular video we are going to talk about GPT 4.1. So I think it's been long, right? We have been waiting for some news from OpenAI that okay, some new model is coming. The last time we saw some models were O1, O3, O3 mini, all were thinking models, right? But most of these models were not at all of use to common public because reasoning is a thing that still a lot of people don't generally use. They want fast latency model to do most of their daily tasks, right? So I think we have got three new models, that is GPT 4.1, 4.1 mini, GPT 4.1 nano. 3 hours before this whole news dropped on YouTube and on their article. So let's talk out one by one. What are the things that they are achieving with these models and what are the pricing. So coming to the first task which they see, that is coding, right? Because I think everyone is targeting developers nowadays that you use our model and we are better than most of the people. So let's say GPT 4.1 scores 54.6% on SWE bench verified. So this is 21% more than GPT-4o, which is a very big number, right? And 26.6% more than GPT 4.5. And it's weird, right? They name the model GPT 4.1 and they already have GPT 4.5. So they have, I think, told in their 50 minutes long video that the reason that why they suddenly came up with GPT 4.1, right? So coming to the instruction following, they say again say GPT 4.1 is 10% better than GPT 4o. And similar video MME, they're saying it's setting a new state of the art, scoring 72% on the long no subtitles category, a 6.7% more than 4.0. So if you look here at the latency part, you will see that 4.1 nano, right? It has having the less the I think least intelligence, because I was comparing it with mini and I was seeing the clear difference, right? And 4.0 mini I think is somewhere here. So 4 is here and 4.1 is here. So there's some difference, minor difference in latency, but yeah, that is fine, because I think when it comes to performance, if we are getting I think 10 to 15% boosted performance, we can compromise some latency, right? And I think we are expecting more latency from them, although we are expecting more latency, right? So although I think they have tried to reduce the costs of all the two models, the third one, all the two models, right? Now let's look at the benchmark. So they are the best part is these guys don't even think of comparing it with other models, right? At least not on their articles. They think, okay, we are already best in the market, we don't need to show what others are doing. And other companies usually do the benchmarking along with the GPT models. So yeah, in if you see the SW bench verified accuracy, right, you will see 4.1 is the best here. No, like O1, O3, all are nowhere close. Nowhere close. And it's weird, right, that a lot of people were expecting GPT to come up with even a higher version of O1 or O3, but they came up with something different. So, is there a new architecture that they have developed? Because if you see here, right, they have already told that these models outperform 404 mini across all tasks. They even have a larger context window of 1 million context and are able to better use of the thing. Now, if you think about this, the word reasoning, right? If you see here, okay, let me search. Yeah. Now, if you see when they compare it with the reasoning, the task remains in art even for even reasoning models. So they are saying that our model is clearly better than the current reasoning models. They are sort of already saying that reasoning models are not the final destination we want to reach, but they have come up with, I think, something even different. So yeah, coming back to the other benchmarks, right, which is the polyglot benchmark. I think no company is excluding this benchmark right now because of the complexity. So I think that's the case they have created. And here also GPT 401 is 4.1 is defeating everyone in the market right now, like at least all the GPT models. And when it comes to, I think they have already shown this whole flashcard web application, right, that the user will be able to create flashcards, search through their existing flashcards, review flashcard. It's a very good example. You guys can go and look at the whole video. And they have created this whole flashcard thing using their simple prompt. So it's a very simple, they're not stating everything in detail, but because of the model's architecture, I think it is able to understand even if you're not providing it a very detailed context, right? Now coming to some real world example, I think windsurf, right? So GPT 4.1 scores 60% higher more than 4.0 on windsurf internal coding benchmark. So this is a lot, right, guys? 60% is a big leap. Coming to instruction following, again 4.1 is way ahead of everyone. But if you guys will notice one thing, right, 4.1 is nano is almost close to 4.0 mini, even in other things, right? If you see here, 4O mini is 4%, it's 10, it's 3, it's 6. Similarly, in the coding, it's not shown here, right? I think Nano would have performed worst or what? Okay, they are not shown here, anyways. Okay, when it comes to multilingual, multi-challenge accuracy, I think it's an instruction following. Following is a critique for many developers. It's important for the model to maintain coherence into conversation. Okay, so here if you see 4O mini is still better than 4.1 nano and 4.1 mini. So I don't know if this 4.1 nano will be able to replace 4O mini. I still think 4O mini is much better than 4.1 nano, although 4.1 nano is even cheaper than 4O mini. We'll talk about this later, okay? Even if you look at this accuracy, right, the IF eval accuracy, 4O mini is better than 4.1 nano. No matter, we can say that 4.1 mini is better than 4O mini for sure. We can say that, and that's very obvious thing, right? We are expecting. When it comes to long context, they are saying that 4.1 mini, 4O mini, and this 4.1 mini, 4.1 nano, and 4.1 all are outperforming, performing the best in this needle in a haystack accuracy, right? So you won't find any problem here, right? So they are saying all are able to retrieve the needle at the position in context up to 1 million. See, guys, when it comes to RAG, right, I am not very sure if companies are testing it accurate way, because I already work in a RAG organization, and I can say for sure 4O mini we are currently shifting from the best models, in-house models, to 4O mini because of its accuracy in RAG. But I would still say it still makes a lot of mistake when it comes to long context and longer context. When I'm saying only 10K to 15K context, it is still making mistakes. So I'm not sure if these accuracies on RAG purpose is actually relevant, except for these papers and articles. Okay, I think they are again showing the same thing. But again, I would say when it comes to results, right, 4O mini is still, I think, let's look at 4O mini, right? 4O mini is here, right? The input tokens, and I think 4.1 nano, right? It is better here, but as the number of tokens increases, the accuracy is increasing, decreasing like very gradually, right? And let's look at the Graphox, right? Here again you will see 4O mini performing better than 4.1 nano, but 4.1 mini is still better. So I think when it comes to vision models, right, let's have a look, and then we will discuss the pricing, right? It's a very important thing. So again, I would say 4O mini is better than 4.1 nano, and 4.1 mini is better than 4O mini. Okay, cool. So I think video long context, again 4.1, as we saw, it's better than, and it's setting a new benchmark, they are saying. So yeah, now let's look at the pricing. Okay, yeah. So this is the pricing of the latest models, right? Okay, price per million tokens. Okay, now 4.1 nano, right? It's $0.1, and 4O mini is $0.15. So it's $0.05 difference. But guys, the accuracy that you are seeing, right? The difference is more than, I think, 4 or 5% when it comes to let's say a multi-challenge thing, right? You're seeing a 5% difference. So $5 per million tokens. Guys, no one cares about that, right? And but when it comes to 4.1 mini nano, definitely I would recommend not switch, because I'm seeing almost the same accuracy, but they, at least on the paper, they are saying in RAG, when it comes to needle in a haystack, 4.1 nano is performing better than 4O mini. I don't believe it till we get a actual benchmark. Maybe I will do an internal benchmarking and let you guys know. But 4.1 mini, definitely one can think of switching to this, although this is $0.4 and this is 0.15. So it's a 0.25 increase, but you're getting a very good increase in accuracy in almost all the benchmarks. So this one, I think one can think of going. It's completely fine. 4.1, right? 4.1, I think everyone is going to switch from GPT 4.0 to 4.1. This is by default, right? It's cheaper than 4.0, GPT 4.1, and it's performing far better. So why not? So I think by default they are trying to make sure that everyone shifts from 4.0 to 4.1 by default, and from 4.0 mini to 4.1 mini, because I don't think 4.1 nano can replace 4.0 mini, because 4.0 mini still is in good a lot of tasks. I think 4 to 5 tasks we just saw, right? So yeah. Now when it comes to overall benchmarking, I think we all know this side, artificial analysis, right? So when it comes to models, right, let me go to the, yeah. Now guys, I think within next 12 hours we'll see some good results here, right? We'll see the shift in the leaderboard. I think 2.45 Pro, right? It's the best model right now, 68. I think GPT 4.1 is going to replace it with more than 70, I guess. Yeah. And when it comes to speed also, I think we'll have something after GPT-4, or like after GPT-4, like, yeah. So yeah, this leaderboard is going to get updated very soon. We can definitely say that after 2.5 Pro, I think Google knew that they have actually something in the market that everyone wants to use and experiment with. But OpenAI was also in the mind that okay, now we have got a tough competition from Google, so they released something that absolutely may crush 2.5 Pro hype, right? Because at last we all know OpenAI has delivered on the result, on the things that they have said. They have delivered the results. Google has not done that in the past, and now because of that, no one is ready to believe Google in that much as compared to OpenAI. So yeah, we'll have to see. The next 2 weeks are going to be really competitive in the market when it comes to capturing customers using the best cheap models in the market. Because if you look at the price, 2.5 Pro is better than 4.0, is better than 4.0 by more than 18 points, and is around half the cost. So just imagine, why is someone not going to switch to this model? But with the entry of 4.0, right, things change, because 7.5 now becomes, I think this was 2.5, I think 4.0, 2.5 and 10. This was the right. This is 2 and 8. So I think, or not half, but I think it's a 25% reduction. You can say 25% reduction, right? 20 to 25 around overall, right? So yeah, we'll see a tough competition in the market now. So yeah, guys, that was it for the video. Let me know what you guys think about the this whole thing going on in market, where companies are releasing cheap and better models. Good for us, maybe bad for them. They are not going to make profit out of it for sure, right? So yeah, but yeah, research must go on. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts in the comment section as usual, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.